It is exactly 28 minutes before 9 o'clock with Keith Ngesi Radio. I'm doing radio according to you, Mpulapuli ke apho ekhaya. Undwendwe lethu, she's here, she's beautiful. Ungena ngento yomntu wakhe sana, caba uzixelele ba. Uzawungena ngaye sisakuhleka apha estudio. Ungena ngeka Tata Mwape, but kakho nto. Masithathe lithuba sikubulise sikwamkele Mamfundisi uPumza Mwape, Keith Ngesi Radio. Good morning and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Baphulaphula.
Okay.
Good morning.
Ingatuphuncukile uvele screen sakhe apho sa freezer. I am not sure noba ke ngokuya ndiva na. I'm not sure.
I'm hearing you.
I'm
hearing you.
Inoba network ayisivumi network ayisivumi apho kodwa ke njengoba sisazi ba le inyanga ekuqatshelwa ngayo again uxinzelelo okanye izigulo ezinoxinzelelo ngokwengqondo lanto kuthiwa ke i-mental health. So asikwazi ke uba sityeshele singathethi ngayo ngoba ke month of October inyanga ebekelwa bucala endicinga into yobana isingaske sibe kanti sizawukwazi ukuthi throughout the year sizawukwazi uncokola naye. I'm sure i-network kwicala lika Sisipumza. Good morning and thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you for welcoming me. I'm struggling a little bit here, but
andikuva kwela micala akhandithekshele nje ke kwelakho into yobana mhlawumbi ivolume ye-device leyo okanye if imutekile ke okay it's unmuted nje na phinda unmute kwakhona. It looks like undiva kakuhle wena. Hey, technology fire ngoba siyakubona you know umtyholi ehleli nje ufuna ungena ufuna abantu bangancedakali. Sizawukwazi ke uba siphinde sijonge into yobana inoba kutheni na ndingakwazi umva kwelami icala. Mhlawumbi khawundiphumele uphinde ungene using the very same link or otherwise mhlawumbi saw end up ke sisiya kwi-telephone but kungakuhle man xa sithetha sikujongile xa sincokola nawe sikujongile bekuzawuba right. Khawunyuse i-device ivolume yayo apha ecaleni sizobona mhlawumbi ba yiyo na okanye kwenzeka ntoni na.
no, I don't think
alright,
the device.
uqala nathi apha yes khawunyuse apha ecaleni ivolume yale device uyisebenzisayo.
No, I did, but
okay, all right. Okay, mhlawumbi ke let's pay the bills sikwazi uba siphinde ke ngoku sikwazi ukuba mhlawumbi simcontacte ngefoni ke ansena worry. But ke mental health awareness month lesikuyo ya-observe apha eSouth Africa ngale nyanga ka-October and siyayazi ke into yobana uMzantsi Afrika mental health day is tomorrow. So sonke sifuna sibe kanti sakwazi ujonga into yobana abantu siyayazi ba i-real into ekhoyo and I'm still trying to see into yobana andizukwazi na ukwenza imilingo ngakwicala lam and check my audio yonke into yam ingathi i-right ngapha i-right man kwicala lam Sisipumza ndicela ukubamba ngefowuni ansena worry. I can see let's see okay make sijonge ngapha ukuba izawuthini na. Yeah, we're back on.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you now loud and clear. I'm happy. Ditshilo zathi fire kazolunga.
Fire. What a struggle. Wow.
You siyabulela ngexesha osinike lona. Thank you so much for your time. Ndakuvusa ekuseni uba masincokole nge mental health njengoba sisazi basintshilo kwi-introduction yam that inyanga ka-October is a mental health awareness month and also ngomso sawuqaphela kahle esi sigulo semental yonke ke into inabile is very broad but andifuna ukutyela mhlaba. Khawubulisa abaphulaphuli beKeith Ngesi Radio ngeli xesha.
Ndiyababulisa abaphulaphuli bethu nami. I'm so glad to share this moment with you. I hope we're going to have a wonderful time.
sinyanzelekile. Well, enkosi kakhulu, mandinikele kuwe ke ngoba inabile lo mcimbi, andifuni uhamba phambi kwakho. Umcimbi ke we-mental health, and kuyabonakala into yobana amakhaya ngamakhaya, emisebenzini, esekuhlaleni nasezinkonzweni sinabantu abanoxinezeleleko ngasengqondweni ngokwasengqondweni.
Thank you, Mrs. Ndiyabulela kakhulu. I'm going to talk about something that is very close to my heart. Not close in the sense that it's something that I like, but it's something ewenza umphefumulo wami ube unsettled. First and foremost, mandikale about how I began interest was more about this mental health. It was at a time when my last born base university, and one of her friends had to drop off schooling, drop out of school, drop out her just because waba ne problem, depression. And yaze yanyuka kakhulu apha ku 2020-21, because I saw that some of the members of my church were struggling with depression. I used to receive messages, I used to receive, calls, people saying, "Hey, Mamfundisi, we're not coping." Now, with me having a background of being a social worker, I try to Uber counselor and everything, but I felt that there's something deeper about this thing. I needed to understand what is going on. I always say, kwa social work sinento ekwakusithiwa causal problems and kubekhona presenting problems. And for any challenge ekbakhona, it's always good to do a causal analysis. That is to understand. And I think what even more is to find out that there are children as early as young as 11 years, 13 years who are diagnosed with this same thing. And I was just thinking at the age of 13, I cannot even remember if there was any child who, even if the symptoms, even if there was no diagnosis, just to know that so and so had a problem. And I wanted to ask, what is going on? Because it's like there's a surge all of a sudden that everyone is talking about this mental health. And unfortunately for me, I was not getting people who are talking about situations, about solutions. I was only hearing people about Nam, my child also, my cousin also. And I felt, this is not good. We cannot just be talking about a problem that it's there without really talking about, but then it's there. Then what is the solution? And then you cannot get a solution until you get down, as I said, you do a causal analysis. Uzamu understand ba and I realized that, okay, there's a lot that is being said. And in particular, again, when I talk about mental health, I'm going to zoom into depression, because there's psychosis, there's schizophrenia, there's everything. When you talk about mental, there's everything. There are a lot of things as corner. So I'm not to zoom in kwindaba depression, because kulapho ndifisha into yobana abantu abaninzi babambeke khona, because eyona nto ivele inyuka kakhulu. Yes, other conditions are also zikhona nazo, and they've been there, but depression yona in particular ivele yathatha nje inqanaba eliphezulu. Yes. And let me say this, what psychology kukho what they say a supernatural model of understanding human behavior. If human behavior is understood, ndinika le background because ndifuna umphulaphule angathi xa ndisendingena ngale approach yam abe nento ethi mhlawumbi andizoshumayela, andiza ngizoshumayela, ndifuna ukuthi lay a very good foundation so that uzon understand where I come from. So when we talk about a supernatural model in psychology, we're talking about understanding some factors and influences beyond what is natural. I think the psychology has come to acknowledge that besides esizaziyo, there's more. Kukhona izinto esifike singabantu sibe kwangqingetshe singaboni into bana ithini into kuthiwe ke ngoxa when they cannot explain it ngezinye indlela explain ngazo, but then that's supernatural psychology. It explains those other influences that are there. So I'm coming from that background, because I believe that for every problem there may be a scientific analysis, but there's also into yoba understand but there are other forces that are at play kuyo yonke le. And understanding in the depression, you know, there's this article that I want to read for you, Msasaz, uzokwazi understand. Into yobana it's such a complicated thing. We need to really go back to the causal analysis. There's this article, a research that was done by College London, University College in London. Iti nzayifunda as it is. For more than 3 decades, psychiatrists believed that depression was caused by low levels of serotonin. Researchers now realize that what we thought we knew about depression is probably wrong. A major review of existing studies by University College has shown no clear evidence that depression is caused by serotonin levels or activity. Researchers suggest that patients should consider other treatment options other than depressants. Then this is a quote from the researchers. We conclude that it is impossible to say that taking SSRI antidepressants is worthwhile or even completely safe. Professor Mark Horowitz, Clinical Research Fellowship in Psychiatry, University of College. This is his conclusion about the research they took. Now, this gives me indawo yokungena ke ngoku ukuthi even ukuba ngaba abantu abayifundeleyo lento ngokwelicala ke lakwa science bafika ekuthini they cannot conclude ukuthi what they thought was a cause of depression is actually a cause of depression, because they've seen ngokwe research yabo into bana there's no direct link with low levels of serotonin. Now it comes back ukuthi but yona problem le iyakhula. So we need to understand, therefore, Uguti, what is then the cause of depression? I'm not going to say this is the only cause of depression. Understand me when I say this, but this is one of the causes of the depression. I am going to approach this whole thing from a spiritual point of view, because I believe that in depression, it is a spirit. Now, before ndingeneke on understanding depression as a spirit, I want to go to the book Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28, which is the Bible, which I think is going to give us a good background and don't submit it. Deuteronomy 28 is much from understanding Yoguti. It's a book of blessings. You know, blessed are you when you go out, blessed are you when you come in, and all that. But up until Deuteronomy 28, it talks about if you blessed if you keep the commands of the Lord. But now, when we don't keep the commandments of the Lord. But my attention was drawn to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28. 28, the Lord will afflict you with madness, blindness, and confusion of mind if you don't keep imitator. That is NIV. As NLT, and the Lord will strike you with madness, blindness, and panic. Then other version says, the Lord will send you madness, blindness, fear, and panic upon you. Now, when we talk about this thing, madness, fear, panic, we're talking about these things as related with depression. Now, I'm saying this because differences of understanding, why then all of a sudden there's this high surge with cases of depression. When we don't pay attention to the commandments, blindness, madness, fear, and panic. Now, when you look, because I want us to get close to this and so you understand.
Yeah.
If this is what is going to happen to us. Now, if you look at society as we speak, but at least age as lining. Devotion. I think many people, I think all of us, but too many people, that includes myself, we never understood the impact of that. Everywhere. yayinento eyenza yayisenza into yobana whatever spirits that are there zingakwazi uku-operator fully, because there was this light eyayisenzeka esikolweni. Look at our society now that prayer has been removed from the school, that prayer is almost removed everywhere. Biblical studies, they've been removed completely from the school. Ezingcwele uyayibona. Look at umasindawuni ngoku. Look ekuthini, even since I'll deviate a little bit, but I'm coming back to the topic. Jonga ezikolweni abantwana baphatha imela, abantwana babetha itishara, abantwana benza a number of things. Kuba khona into abantwana baheze esikolweni uve kuthiwa there was a demonic attack that came upon children esikolweni. Now if we can sit down and ask ourselves imibuzo ukuthi kwenzeke ntoni. We did not understand ukuthi when we remove prayer from schools, we were removing God from schools. And because we removed God from schools, we removed God from almost everything. We created a situation apho uSatan is at liberty to unleash everything afuna ukuyi-unleasha ezimpilweni zethu. And that is the reason why we find that there's this sudden rise or increase kwinto njenge-depression no mental health, because uthixo wenzele cheap apha kudescription gqiba kusifunda ukuthi ukuba ngaba imithetho yakhe siyayityeshela. These are the consequences, some of the consequences, and there are many as itshiwo, but in particular because we're talking about mental health, I wanted us to understand ukuthi mental health, it is an indication of something bigger than that, bigger than what science can explain. It means that us turning away from God has created consequences for us. And I want to say, sisaqala nje ukuthi one of the solutions will be to go back to God. Will be to go back to God. I do want to say that. I'm going to get with this question, but
we are laying the foundation so that sizohamba kakuhle nabaphulaphuli ngomso. It's the 10th of October. Lolu suku kanye libekelweyo njobele nyanga yonke ebekelwe bucala sizawuqhuba. But today we decided let's lay the foundation so that sizokwazi understand about uthi gqekwephi ni angle. And abaphulaphuli bangena Mwape besitsho mamele ngomonde Cape Town. Ndibulise kundwendwe lapho ngicela nibuzele ukuba uxinezelelo lengqondo, depression, is it a physical or spiritual thing? If it's physical, sure, it needs medication. If it's spiritual, it needs what? Out of all the previous guests speaking about the same issue, I fully agree with the present guest. You can never heal spiritual problems with pills. Kanti zonke ezinye into ezinesizithatha light ngenxa yexesha. Ndiyabawela kuba we experienced a lot of technical glitches in trying to connect noMamaMwape, and I like the fact that MamaMwape has laid the foundation. We know bangomso xa sithetha sithi gqekweliphi icala asikangeni kundoqo, but we needed uba senze nje leli introduction so that ngomso siqhube, and again next week. MamaMwape mandikunike imizuzu, ndizakunika ibe mibini qha because the next show seyirate sendijanyelwa. Ukhe utsho nje uba ufuna usishiya nantoni na ngomso uzasithatha usibeke ndawoni na xa siphinda singena.
Okay. Ndifuna ukuthi I think ukhona umphulaphula oyibeke kamandi lento that if we are saying therefore depression is a spiritual condition, therefore it means iyayidinga a spiritual intervention. So yes. I want us to singena ke ngoku singene in understanding ukuthi as a spiritual intervention endithetha ngaso singena kanjani. And I want to explain thandaza kuphela, but there's more that we're going to unpack as we talk about the things that you can do to overcome the spirit of depression, because depression is a spirit.
Is a spirit.
So tomorrow class Tibana Seteta will be talking, I'll be qualifying this statement as depression is a spirit. What do I mean when I say it is a spirit? And if it's a spirit, therefore it needs a spiritual intervention.
Yeah. ngenxa yexesha uxesha litshaba kodwa luzulunga because ngomso nangomso likhona sizawuphinda ke sithethe ngale nto. Masibulele kakhulu ke ngexesha lakho. Thank you so much. Siyamthemba kubawo ngoba uza kunceda akunike le nto ufanele uba uyayithetha, and prepare baphulaphula to receive ezinye izinto funeka zifike umhlaba sewuthambile sewulungisiwe, so that abantu umamele ngalaa ndlebe yobana okay maninganabi. Enkosi mama umfundisi uPumza Mwape. Yena ke njengoba setshilo simbamba ngapha ePort Shepstone, akakho kwalapha ephondweni ukuphondo langapho, kodwa ke siyabathatha sibazisa ngoba sisisikhululo esenza ngolo hlobo. Thank you kakhulu. Ngomso same time siyadibana, it will be 20 past kuba ngaba 20 past 8 sabe singena ukwenza into mani ixesha lingasishiyi sincokole naye ngalo mcimbi. Yena ke upha Shepstone Christian Church, right Mama Mwape?
Yes.
Uye wasebenza ke njengo-social worker for about 10 years, kodwa ke ngoku unguye ke obusy kakhulu zizinto zebandla, zizinto zikaThixo, and very passionate about teaching and overcoming on overcoming i-depression. So sizawuva ngomso uba sithi le nto spiritual, then it means we need a spiritual intervention. Awunawuze kaloku ulwe isisu ngeyeza lentloko. Okay, ngezikamoya funeka yonke loo nto funeka sidibene phaa phezulu. Siyabulela kakhulu xa siyivala. Molisi Lhoza, WamaMfene, thank you so much. I'm so impressed. This issue is the cause of many sicknesses. Kutsho uNonceba Mbalenhle Mkhatshwa. Siyabulela sisi Nonceba. Mama mandikhulule. Enkosi ngexesha lakho sadibana ngomso 20 past 8 ndim nomphulaphuli. Thank you so much.
Tomorrow we hope that there won't be any problems. At 20 past 8 we're starting.
So siyabulela. Nkosi bye. Thanks. Siyabulela kakhulu. Yam uthini wena?
Thank you very much, Mama.
Yeah,
Siyabulela. Your words were everything. They were touching. Siyabulela ngosharela story about what inspired this whole foundation, depression, and how you are just so nurturing. You take care of your people. So I appreciate you, and we definitely look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Class sibethwa lixesha.
Akakuboni ke uMother uyamkela ma co-presenter ulapha ecaleni kwam, qha kana camera apha ecaleni kwakhe. Usadibana ngomso ke mama. Have a blessed day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye. So much. Bye.